And now we're going to have a whole lot of movie type stuff. And here is part of the storyline that we've been missing out on if you have not known this game. Ina, stay back. The king's mount is still alive. She doesn't say anything. It runs forward. And you can see he's very injured. Stay back! Roaring. Ina! No! And Ina is cuddled up with the dragon. And Ike's like, what? Huh? Remember, Nasir was her grandfather. Died fighting the Black Knight since Ike failed. Rajayan. And Rajayan has died. And Leanne warbles and tweets. Leanne, what is it? More warbling. A Laguz? No, it can't be. Ashnard's mount was a wyvern, wasn't it? More warbling and tweeting. More. More. What are you doing? Be patient, please. There's something we want to try. Huh? So we get a scene of the two herons. And now he has been transformed back to a human. Notice the mark on his forehead. Rajayan. Raysan, that's... Leanne told me that Dragon's true form had been warped, so we sang the Galder of Rebirth. Rajayan. Rajayan, do you know who I am? Ina? Yes, you recognize me. You were made to suffer because of me. I'm sorry. Sniff. Rajayan, oh Rajayan. Ina, let's return to Goldoa, the two of us, together. I will go anywhere, my love, as long as it is with you. Ina, from this day forward, forever. Sniff. Ah, Rajayan. He was one of the dragon tribe? Yes. Aha, is that... Nope. Dang. Ah, here it is. What is it, miss? Did you find something? The medallion, Ike. The medallion. I finally have it back. Miss, that medallion is... Yeah, I know. Raysan, Leanne. Warbling. What? Here. Oh. Warbling. The medallion belongs in Serenus Forest. My mother was only holding it for Lilia. Leanne, you take it. Warbling. They're speechless, not talking. Thank you, daughter of Alina. In the memory of my departed sister, I accept the medallion from you. So the herons have their medallion back and they're going to take it to the forest. And we have the end of that when we have the epilogue. Didn't think I was going to get there before I needed to. I made it. Very happy about that. And we have our ending. There's a lot to this ending. And some of it I'm going to mute and just let it play once I get past the parts. For the past year, I've been focused on winning this war. I stand here today as a testament to your fortitude and commitment. I understand this will never suffice, but I wanted to take a moment to say something to you all. Thank you. I hope I may continue to rely on you. Of course, I hope that I may continue to be of service. You've grown so much. I would like nothing better than if Commander Greel and Alina could see you now. What a long road we've traveled, and yet in many ways it seemed to pass so quickly. I'm glad it's finally over. We did well, didn't we? I'm sure Mom and Dad would be proud of us. Great job, Ike. Of course, if I hadn't been by your side the whole time, victory might have slipped away. Commander Ike. I'm going to keep practicing so I can be better than ever. Thanks for having faith in me. Finally, it's finally over. At long last, we can return to a life without war. Praise the goddess. Ike, are we going to go back to being mercenaries? I'm a great soldier and all, but the easygoing life of a mercenary is the only life for me. Teehee. Now let's go find some good-looking lasses. Bah, I suppose you want some kind of congratulations now, right? Well, too bad. You're a snot-nosed whelp, and I'm still better than you. Don't ever forget that. Good old Shinon. Hey, ya boss, we did it! Woohoo! You know, I am completely in love with your fighting style. If I could train under you, it would be great, so let me stick around for a while, alright? I've no more work here. I will be leaving you shortly. If you have need of my services, you know how to reach me. Alencia, you've had to wait a long time, but I finally fulfilled my contract. The mission is complete. My Lord Ike, on behalf of all Crimea and my departed father, mother, and uncle, I thank you once again. Oh, stop. Come on. Will you please stop doing that? Pardon? I think I've gotten used to a few of these noble customs and whatnot, but I still can't handle the bowing. It makes me antsy, and itchy, too. Oh, my Lord Ike. Hee hee. O glorious day of sweet victory, praises upon the day the goddess did see fit to send Sir Ike to save our land. Thank you, General Ike. Because of you, I believe we better understand how best to serve Princess Alencia. Through your strength, the dark clouds that blanketed Crimea have been dispelled. From this day forth, we will give our all to see the restoration of this land and its people. General, you are Crimea's savior. For your meritorious service, I salute you. Huzzah! Nay, 1,000 huzzahs. Whew, I'm glad that's over. When I saw King Dayan, I was sure I was done for, or that he'd torture me. But you were a bull. Thank you. Now I can go home and see my family once more. When I get back to the countryside, I'm going to boast to all my family and friends that I've fought under you. Largo and I are going to stay here and open up a shop. With Crimea undergoing reconstruction, there are going to be a lot of people moving about. We'll open an inn with good food and drink, and free butter on every table. We'll be rich in no time. We'll let you know when everything's all set up. You can drop in any time. We'll even give you special rates. Maybe we should call it General Ike's Inn. More talking. There's a lot of talking at the end of this. General Ike, I will be taking my leave of you for the time being. I must return to Banyan and present a report on the war's outcome. Aren't you going to take Banyan soldiers with you? You lent us quite a few. Though the war may be over, it will take many weeks to see the country secure. I spoke with the princess earlier, and she asked that we help if possible, so I'll leave them in your care a while longer. We really do owe Banyan a lot, don't we? In the end, we got not only you, but a whole battalion of reinforcements. General Zelgius and his troops are the reason we were able to minimize casualties during the final battle. He and his men took care of the retreating Dayans and allowed us to focus on the enemies before us. No matter the assistance you had, the victory itself is a result of your strength and leadership. I know two people who will be very pleased to learn of your triumph. Please give my thanks to both the Apostle and Sephirin. I plan to go thank them myself someday, but understood. Farewell, General Ike. I look forward to seeing you again. Farewell. Ike, hey handsome, I've decided to return to service in the Banyan Pegasus Knights. Cool beans, huh? Oh, I owe you so much to you, Ike. Thank you so very much. I'll see you around. I think I may try to start over in Banyan. Maybe it's too much too soon. but I just want to live a more responsible life. Plus, I'm tired of men threatening to break my knees. Goodbye, Ike. Goodbye, General Ike. This war has given me the confidence to enter the service of the Banyan Knights. Thank you so much. Well, we're going home. All of our desert friends are waiting for us, and wow, do we have some stories to share with them. Laguz and Bjork, perhaps the gap between us has narrowed. War's horrible, yet maybe we've gained something of value after all. Find me when you come to the dunes. We can sit and talk with no fighting. Are you leaving already? Yep, I'm out of here. I've got some important guests to convey to the king. Guests? Warble. He's talking about us. We're taking my father to visit Gallia for a while. We Herons should live somewhere near a forest after all. Tamarn spoke with King Kanagus on our behalf. You're not returning to Serenus? While we made our peace with the Apostle, we're not ready to live there again. I see. You'll be able to return someday. Bjork and Laguz will come to understand and respect each other. You may be right. I hope you are. Are you ready? We should be leaving soon. Gifka, I'm in your debt as well. Gallia is a very special place to me. I'd like to visit again someday if I may. Come whenever you are able. The king will be pleased to see you. And one more thing. Gallia will not spare any effort in aiding Crimea's reconstruction. We will be sending supplies and workers to you shortly. That is much appreciated. Oh, wait, Raysan, Leanne. What is it? Do you think I could touch the medallion one last time for my mom and dad? Warble. Of course, go ahead. Alright, thank you very much. Is that enough? Yes, I just wanted to say goodbye. Thank you. And you too, Ike. What? I can't talk. I'd also like to give our heartfelt thanks to your parents as well for fulfilling the hopes of our sister. Thank you. I'm sure she said thank you too in some way. Yes. I will help rebuild Crimea too. I will lend you much strength. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I must admit that you've done well. You are a good fighter, and too good to leave with these Bjork. We'll meet again. And here's the bird tribes. Well, it's about time for us to take wing. We've built quite a close bond, haven't we? This is true. We're especially grateful for your help in Serenus Forest. Next time you're visiting the southern coast, come to Phoenicius. The entire country will celebrate your arrival. The country of the Hawk tribe, that would be fun. I'm interested in what kinds of food you eat. We collect berries from trees on peaks that no Bjork could climb. The juices and desserts made from it are beyond compare. We have ocean delicacies, mountain treats, we have everything. I'll pass on the desserts, but I'll take extra helpings of meat. Haha, leave it to me. I hate to interrupt your gleeful chat, but I thought I should tell you, you don't have to visit Kilvis. It's our policy not to invite Bjork into our home, unless they pay me well. Ah, King Kilvis, despite all your posturing, you came to our aid in the end. You turned out to be a better ally than I dared hope for. Pah, keep your foolish tongue inside your foolish head, and don't tell anyone. I have a reputation to think of. Farewell, and I'm serious about Phoenicius too. Come any time. General, the bird tribes are in your debt. We are grateful. Please take care. If you ever have need of the king's eyes, fire a flaming arrow from a high place. I'll see it and come flying. That is, if I'm not busy on an errand for the king. And the bird tribes are gone. Here's the others. General, I will never forget you. Thanks for showing me the error of my ways. I'm just glad it's finally over. Maybe now I can get some sleep. Yawn. Zzz. Typical. Things are going to be rough in Dayan too. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm heading back. It's my homeland after all. I have played my part. All that remains is for me to take my leave of this place. History will judge my actions. Mustan and the others are going to Dayan, and I think I'm going to go with them. Thank you for everything, General Ike. I hope they packed enough food. I'm pretty hungry. Crimea is an interesting place, but I've decided to travel to Dayan. Perhaps fate will bring us together again. And then there's Ike. Going into the castle. How odd, Ina. We've been both enemies and allies. Thanks to you, Rajayan was saved, and so was I. Thank you. So you were with King Dayan because you were trying to save Rajayan? Yes. Rajayan is the most important thing in my life. Some 19 years ago, he said he wanted to broaden his knowledge and left Goldoa. He never returned. When I finally found him, it was too late. He had been so twisted that he was no longer able to recognize me. And yet I wanted to be near him. With Nasir's help, I too came to Dayan. Oh, grandfather. Maybe it's because I never saw his body, but it doesn't feel like Nasir's really dead. It's like he's out there somewhere. Have you forgiven him? He does not need my forgiveness, except for that one moment when I learned of his deception. I never thought of him as an enemy. That's good. Are you returning to Goldoa, Ina? Yes. I must help Rajayan return to his hometown. Take care. Give my regards to Kurthnaga. Thank you. I will. And here's the courtyard and everybody victorious. The war is over. The Crimean people, I wish I could speed this up, who suffered gravely during the harsh Dayan occupation have at last regained their freedom. These same Crimeans have a saying, no matter how harsh the winter, spring will ever follow. This popular proverb proves true as the warm winds of change begin to blow across the countryside. The war has left the country in ruins, but the people rise from the ashes and take the first steps towards rebuilding their nation. Though once scorned and despised as subhumans, the Lugus put aside past enmity and come to the aid of their neighbors. And the Crimeans never forget it was Gallia that fought beside them and helped free them from the yoke of Dayan oppression. Led by the examples of Valencia and her retainers, Crimea begins transforming into the land its king had dreamed of. A land where Bjork and Lugus live together in harmony and equality. As the reconstruction efforts progress, administrative government and announces the enthronement of Valencia as the new queen. And now, the day of her crowning arrives. And we get a little movie. We're rebuilding a country that was something by war, because I looked aside for a second. She's in that room over there. I feel so sorry for her. I wish I could speed this up. This is as fast as it's gonna go. Maybe if I sang her lullaby. Oh no, I forgot. You forgot what? I gave the medallion to Razan, but I forgot all about the Galder. Ike, what should we do? Hey, yeah. We never did find out who Altina is, did we? She was the only one who could sing the Galder. Well, when things calm down, we'll have to head out and search for her. Is that Altina you speak of? One of the three who defeated the Dark God? Sephirin, you made it. Thank you. Please tell me. Do you know Valtina? Of course. Valtina founded my homeland of Banyan. Oh, then it was a mistake. We can't give a song to someone who died so long ago. There's one who yet shares both bloodline and name. Who is it? Sanaki Kirsch Altina. None other than the Apostle herself. The Apostle? Is this something everyone in Banyan be aware of? So I'm just letting this run out with the story. I'm not reading it. I'm just letting it.
What's wrong? Everyone's waiting to see you.
I'm nervous. I've spent my whole life in hiding. It's just no one ever taught me how to rule a kingdom. I don't think I'm ready to be their queen. I don't think I'm ever really going to be ready.
What's the matter with you?
Ike, stop it. How can
Did anyone teach you how to hire mercenaries?
No, but that's not the same.
How to win back lost allies? How to win back your lost kingdom?
That's different.
No, it's not. You've done such an amazing job, and I think you always will.
I see.
All right. Come on. We'll do this. Together.
Thank you, my Lord Ike. I am so blessed to have met you.
And so it was that in the spring of the year 646, Alincia Rydell Crimea saw peace return to her homeland. In the years to follow, the story of Queen Alincia and her noble hero Ike spread across the land and inspired the songs of many a wandering troubadour.